Okay.
We should be. Hey, y'all. Hey.
What's going on?
We got a big echo today.
In the mic. How you think there's no sound?
The mic should take it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I am your girl, Sunshine Hope.
And I am your girl, Coco Beauty. From that 765.
And look at this on time. But you know what? I didn't even realize she snuck that 8:30 in. She pushed the time back 30 minutes without me knowing. So we are on time.
This is on time. Before time. On time is late. Before time is on time. That's what I was taught.
Look at us. Doing good. I like this. I like this.
I like it like that. I like it like that.
Did you put this title? Yep, you sure did. This is episode number 17 for us.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of us.
Let's give ourselves a pat on the back.
Just a pat on the back.
Pat yourself on the back.
I will.
When? Now or never?
Never.
That's terrible.
Never.
You see how people are? They tell you to do something and then don't do it.
So do what we always ask you guys to do, because you never know who needs the message. And I am doing the same thing. I'm sure Coco is doing the same.
No, I'm just playing on my phone.
No, you're not.
Sharing is caring. Share, share, share.
Okay. Bada bing, bada bing.
Are you done yet?
So do I log into the... We need to get our lives together. So anyway, last week. Oh, y'all.
Oh, last week we had 9 people, or not, I won't say 9 people, but we had 9 shares.
That's amazing.
And so and I know Sunshine does too, but we would like to say thank you so very much for sharing.
Yeah.
We really, really, really appreciate that.
And I think God appreciates it too, because whoever might run across your page might hear the message, might need the message. So it's your obedience that matters too. So yes, last week we talked about keeping faith.
Are we paused?
No,
we good.
So last week we talked about keeping faith while under the attack. This week we're going to talk about being provoked to prayer or pain in your testing season, trying season, testing season. Talk to the one person that could really, really help you. Like, and it's okay to vent to people, because I be venting to Coco all the time. Like, she got millions of dollars in the bank. She's like my personal therapist. Like, all this stuff. And I know she be having stuff going on, and I be like, why do I do that? Things that happen to us and all the trials that we go through are not evil intents. Everything is not meant for your bad. Some of these things are meant for our good. It's meant to take us and to prepare us and strengthen us and show us how Christ gives us grace and mercy. So I want to say, do not let the pain provoke you to anything other than prayer. I know Coco can collab on this a whole lot better, but I know I'm in my season where I have to stay prayed up. I have to stay faithful and trust in God and stay on course, and don't let the many, many, many distractions that I am having get me off course. I don't think anything could ever resort me back to drinking or staying out late or going to the club every night or all those old bad habits that I had. I don't think anything will provoke me to go back to doing that. But I probably get quiet. That's about it. But I know that everything happens for a reason. Everything has its purpose, it's a plan, like, and I have to stay focused. I have to stay on course and continue to book.
That's what I'm here for.
It's a continue to get on your nerves.
What nerves?
It's a plan. Oh, girl, you got this.
Oh, the only people that really get on my nerves is my kids because they know better. Like, y'all know better. This stuff that we're experiencing is like new journeys, like new things that we're experiencing. Like, oh my God, this is happening. What do we do? Oh my God. It's like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same stuff over and over and year after year. So I get it. I
don't even know how I feel about you getting OLD. It seems like you got OLD and I got OLD with you. And I don't know why, because like you are the total opposite. Like you all extra excited about being 40.
Yes, baby.
And I'm like, I don't want to be 40. I don't want to.
I don't want to grow up and a Toys R Us kid. Well, I'm not a Toys R Us kid.
But I guess that's why we make this podcast so dope, because we are like, in the same sense, we're the same, but we're opposite. Like she likes certain things that I don't care for. She's excited about being 40.
Y'all don't understand. She's not lying. I'm elated. I'm just overflowing with joy that I am 40.
I don't want to be 40.
Like, I don't know. I just think it is so amazing. I don't know. I have loved getting older. I really have. Like,
that's amazing.
And it's not fake. It's not, it's like, oh, what's next? Like, because I feel like every step is like another challenge. Like, okay, so what's next to life? What's going to happen at this? And I also pay attention to like, the changes. And I think that's something else, is that I literally have embraced change, because I was one at the beginning. I didn't want change. I did not want it. I would fight against it. But now I embrace change, because every time there is change, most of the time, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, some changes are very uncomfortable, but the end thereof is greatness. So I embrace changes. So I'm excited. Kind of disappointed where I am in life, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's still tomorrow. As long as I got breath in my body, we out here.
Press on, baby. Press on.
So what else did you want to say?
That was all I had. I'm gonna wait till you go, and then I'm gonna go off for yours. I told you that's what I was gonna do for my introduction.
Girl, you got your nerve. You got your nerve. This is a setup.
No, it's not. Come on, I'm surprised I had that written that in that speck of the time. Speck of the time.
And that's right. Lady Veronica, don't allow the trials to win.
That's it. How come I can't see that?
You gotta go to the live feed.
Okay. I got it.
All right. So this story, today's episode, as she was talking about, is it was based off of this message. Some situations in your life either provoke you to prayer and can be a catalyst to push you closer to God, or they can provoke you into pain and despair. And so that came from, and we're not going to really go in depth into the story, but those that would like to read on the story, it's the story of Hannah and Penina, two sister wives, I guess so to say, two wives of one man. One was able to have a child. The other one was, she was barren. Yeah, she was. Yeah, the other one, Hannah, was barren for a long time. And so Penina was tormenting not only was tormenting Hannah, and just really, really, really just being a pain in the badonkadonk. And so basically by the end of the story, what ends up happening is Penina was the catalyst and actually pushed Hannah into prayer, and that prayer brought her the son Samuel. So that can be found in First Samuel.
That's good though, because I think I realized I've had a few catalyst people that pushed me to prayer to get where I am today. Because I just was like, yeah, I don't have the answers. I don't know how to handle this person. I don't know how to handle the situation. What do I need to do? And when I tell you, just like that, I'm like, ah, okay.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. First Samuel 1. So you can start at First Samuel 1 and you can read about the story of Hannah and Penina. But go ahead, keep going. You got more.
Mm-mm.
Yes, you do.
That's all I got.
So, I guess the biggest thing here is, okay, so last week we talked about keeping the faith while under attack. This week is about while you're under attack, let's take a look. Let's step back from our situations and try to figure out, okay, is this a catalyst? And those that don't know what a catalyst is like a starter, like it's jump starting you. So is this situation that I'm in, is it jump starting me to go into prayer and to have a deeper relationship with God? Or is this or am I going to allow all of this that I'm going through to be a catalyst to push me into pain, which a lot of times it does, and then people turn their back on God. Mm-hmm. So today we just want to kind of talk about that, and look at different scenarios as far as like, okay, what are the pros and cons of each? You know, so as it pertains to, let's talk about Hannah. So Hannah was barren, but her sister wife, she was spitting them babies out. Mm-hmm. And those that know about the Bible days, if you could not have no kids or you had a hard time having kids, you were completely, utterly frowned upon.
Yeah, it was like the curse of God.
Yeah. And so to have to sit in that, to have to be in a situation, what Hannah did with that situation was she turned to God. Yeah. And she cried out to God year after year after year after year, waiting and hoping and praying and turning closer, and got really, really close to God. And God ended up granting her prayers. But I think sometimes what happens with us is we turn to God only for a period of time, and we feel like, oh, because it didn't happen when I wanted it to happen, or how I wanted it to happen, or when it was supposed to happen, then now I'm just gonna, there's no such thing as a God, or or you're just so disappointed and whatever. But you gotta also understand that God's timing is perfect timing. And that in all things that God does, he does it in a way to where he gets the glory, but also to where there are life lessons. There was a post that I made about dealing with depression. And so while I was dealing with, when I was battling depression really, really bad, I battled depression for many years. I would say at least 20 years, at least 20. I battled with depression. And so I wanted to pray and seek and fast and all this other stuff. And then one day I would just wake up and my depression would be gone. But that's not what happened. years of coming out of depression. And so I think sometimes, again, we really just, and I think it plays into like movies and stuff like that. Because when we watch a movie from beginning to end, it takes them like, what, an hour and 20 minutes to get from a bad situation
to a good ending.
to the good ending. And so we think that it just happens boom, boom, boom like that. But that's not the case. Many times we have to go through a process. And that's exactly what Hannah had to do. She had to go through the process. Matter of fact, she lived with the process.
Right. Live with the person that's tormenting her.
And there was no way out. She couldn't just, oh, well, I'm going to get a divorce, or, oh, I'm going to go here. She had to live. And we talked about this last week. Most of the times, those people closest to us are going to be the ones that give us the most hell. That's just how it is. Because if it's somebody from the outside, they gonna affect us, yes, but they can't really get you like your inner circle, your kids, your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, cousin, children, whatever. Yeah. And so it's just one of those things where it's like you have to look at a situation, size it up. Again, we are going to have those moments where we're just so emotional, we just want to spaz out, or now they say crash out. You may actually crash out, and be careful crashing out. Just be careful. That's all I got to say.
I really been snapping out
lately. Be careful.
I really have lately. I've been snapping on people, just ready to just go off. And then when I go off, I feel bad afterwards. But I know.
And you should.
No, but I know it's not me though. It's really just mentally just where I'm at. So if like the whole school situation with my daughter, like I was going off on them. And then they was like, okay, we'll fix it. We apologize. But then I'm like, did I really have to do all that? I shouldn't have to have done that in the first place. But because it took me there.
No, you took yourself there. Can nobody or nothing do anything to you that you don't allow? So, okay. So some of y'all may not agree with this, but I have a guru. And I absolutely love his name is Sandeep Guru. He's one of the most amazing men on this planet. And he actually helped me in my journey. He said, it's not possible for somebody else to make you mad. Now, again, he's one of them real gurus. Like he has a really long beard and he has a little turban thing on his head and he's, sits like this for hours. But he is, he's one of the most realest, profoundest, if these are words, person. And so he says, a person cannot make you mad. He says, you're making yourself mad. And I had to sit with that for a long time because we say all the time, you making me mad. Don't piss me off. Don't this. They can't. If you choose within yourself to not be bothered, if you choose within yourself, they can push buttons all day, but you have the choice within yourself to decide, am I going to allow this to let me go to the left or am I not?
Mm-hmm. But I think when you're in that heated moment, you're not thinking about, am I going to let this take me there or not?
But you should. Right, because you allow, and that's, again, the Bible talks about self-control. Mm-hmm. With me, I don't really get angry like that because while a situation is happening, I literally am having a full-blown conversation internally. And I'm like, not today. No, you're not.
But even though
the audacity, like I'm like talking to myself like, oh yeah, I feel it. And I can feel myself rising up. But I'm just like, but God is watching.
Yeah.
And not only is God watching, other people are watching. And so and God does this all the time to me. And I think this is also why I'm so mindful, because a lot of times I'm put in a predicament And time will go on, and I'll end up running into the people that I was in this random situation with. And then they'll come back and be like, oh my God, do you remember when such and such happened? I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. They were like, how are you so calm? Or I can't believe you just, and so it's like God brings it back to my remembrance of how my behaviors affected somebody else. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm constantly mindful as well. And me and Sunshine, we had this conversation. My kids are watching me. So if I'm a constant crash out, my kids ain't got no choice but to be a constant crash out. Yep. But then how can I tell my kids not to crash out if I'm crashing out all the time? How can I teach my kids and train my kids in the way they should go if I'm doing completely opposite of what I'm telling them not to do? And if my child is struggling with anger, if my child is struggling with depression, if my child is struggling with all these different things, how can I effectively help them in those situations if I don't learn how to conquer it within myself?
We got some questions.
We do?
Yeah.
That's it, Lady V. You have to make a choice on how you respond. And I will say this, it comes also with spiritual maturity and also just regular maturity. Yeah. I have seen sorry. Oh, wait a minute. So I used to sell cars. Honey. So this man came in, and when I say, and he was all of maybe 67-ish, round in that area. He acted like a 12-year-old little boy, and his wife that was with him, she just sat there and she just kind of like, it was like you could see her just literally like physically just like curl up into a little tiny ball. And it's crazy because I'm sitting here like, sir, we're giving you these options. I'm so sorry. Like we're really going above and beyond. We even had the store manager out there, and he just was acting so belligerent and irate and just all over the place. And I'm like, I have never seen such an old man have a temper tantrum like that. But again, it was his level of maturity, and he was a businessman. So for you to act like this in public in front of all of these people in these cameras, like you don't know whoever else is in, because at the time I was working at CarMax. I'm just like, I was like, my mouth was dropped. And it was almost funny because it's like, I've never seen a grown person act like this in public ever. Like I'd never seen it. So like you said, you have the choice on how you respond. He chose in that moment, this is how I'm getting ready to act. I'm getting ready to show my booty cheeks. I'm going to spread my cheeks and I'm going to show everything. That's exactly that's what he did. And you know what I did? I looked at his booty cheeks and we said, it was so crazy that once he finally left, even the store manager commended me on it, because again, for me, it was like, bro, at this point, you have done so much and you have went so far that I know this is not a CarMax thing anymore. This is what do they call me? I think they call me Christy Joe there. This is not a Christy Joe thing. This is totally a you thing. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sit here and just take it. And the store manager and all the people, they were amazed at how I took it. And they were like, how did you do that? I would have went off. I said, for what? He was mad, not me. But it changed my life when I heard that guru say, it's not them making you mad. You're making yourself mad. You control this. You control this. And again, it's a level of maturity. And I ain't gonna lie, it takes a lot of mental strength to do that. Now, the only people really for real that can get me to just act a donkey.
I cannot with you. I have to do it like that. I have to dump who, girl?
Daviana, Davi, Jordan, Josiah, and Briella. Lord, these my 5 little seedlings. And I don't know why. I don't understand. Like, I be really trying to be like, okay, like, why, like, okay, I'm not gonna let that affect me. Okay. And I'm talking myself through it and I'm trying to.
Have you seen any of those clippings of the calm parenting versus the one that when they start cursing and yelling at kids? Have you seen any of those?
Nope.
They're funny. They don't.
I've just seen the ones where they say gentle parenting doesn't work, and then they just show a little clip of you gently talking to the kids and stuff like that, and the kids is just still doing whatever. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're good.
We're back. We had to take a 5-second commercial break.
And we back.
And we back.
And we back.
And we back.
And we back. And we back. And we back.
So she was answering Wendy Phillips, and I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, First Lady.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so how do you not allow them to make you mad? Okay, so it takes a lot of mental strength to do it. Number one of the things that I do, and I'm telling you, it works though. One of the things you do is you start to mentally practice scenarios in your head, right? Why is my Apple Pay popping up? Who trying to take some money from me? So you have to sometimes play scenarios in your head, such as, like, let's just say you work a job. Okay, we'll talk about Sunshine. So Sunshine worked like in the beauty industry, and so she has customers, and so she could just start playing these scenarios like, oh, if a customer comes to me and they say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then these are going to be some of my responses to how it goes. And the more that you begin to become comfortable with certain scenarios in your head, when it comes into fruition and it really happens, your body automatically clicks into that muscle memory of, oh, I've experienced this before. Because again, there's certain things that your brain doesn't comprehend, real versus fake. So if you have already trained your brain and your body and all that kind of stuff to respond to certain things in a certain manner, then when it really does happen, it's easier to respond in that way and manner that you desire. So sometimes you do have to work these scenarios out. Sometimes you do have to, what we call role play these scenarios. So that's one way. Another thing is
think happy thoughts in the midst of somebody taking you there, upsetting you. Go to another place. Just leave the room. You're there,
girl.
leave the room.
I can't do that. Do you do that for real? No.
I'm gonna tell you what I did, because I had an issue with a guest. Her daughter came in, so at Salon Centric, you can't use someone else's account. It has to be your account. You have to be licensed. You have to all this. So the girl said, here's my number. And I said, do you have your ID? And she said, I think it's in the car. And she comes back and she said, no, I have a picture of it. I said, we can't take pictures. She said, I have a picture of my debit card. I said, no, we can't take a picture of that. We have to have the physical ID. So then I'm like, whoever account you're using, just call them so they can verify the account. So she calls her mom, and her mom is like, yeah, it's okay. That's my daughter. I said, okay, fine. I'll do the transaction. But in the future, you have to call in your order and say that your daughter is coming to pick it up. Do you know she had the audacity to call that evening and say she needs to speak to a manager because her daughter was in there earlier and it was an unprofessional situation that happened? I said, well, I'm a manager. She said, not you, another manager. So let me tell you how God works. Not you, another manager, right? So she comes in Monday. Monday we were supposed to have a class that got canceled. She's like, I'm here for a class. Now let me tell you how she was acting. I said, did you check your email? She was like, no. So she was standing there. I said, you probably should check your email because they might have canceled the class. So she checked it. Oh, they canceled the class July 27th. I said, oh, okay. She's like, is the store manager in? I said, no, I'm a manager. She said, well, my daughter was in. I said, I know, I took care of her. I said, daughter was really sweet. I said, but she can't use her account. I said, that's how I was trained. I didn't get loud with her. I didn't get upset with her. I said, but my DM is here. You want to talk to her? She was like, no, it's okay. She's like, I just didn't know. So what was unprofessional about how I handled that situation? And instead of me doing anything other, I was still very professional, like I was when she called, like I was when her daughter was there, and like I was when she came up there. I thought the scenario was going to change. I can go get my DM and she's going to tell you the same thing.
So, but you said go to
A
happy
happy
place. So what was your happy place in that moment?
My happy place in that moment was I was on the beach somewhere. But no, my moment was she in my head I said she didn't know any better. That's how I thought of it. I was like, she doesn't know my job. I know my job. So at the end of the day, like I said, she could talk to the DM and she don't trust my word. But I knew that she doesn't know.
Yeah, she doesn't know the process.
She don't know what she's talking about. So
yeah.
It wasn't even no reason for me to get upset because I just felt like she was unaware. She wasn't knowledgeable of how to go.
See, I don't and you know, like she's able, that's how she's able to process. So she goes to a happy place, whatever that may look like. The other part for me is it's not really a happy place, but it's you have to understand some people's ignorance and understand, hey, at the end of the day, the only reason why you're acting like this is because there is some level of ignorance. Because there's no reason why a fully grown person should be acting like this. So there's something wrong. So a lot of times what I also do when I'm dealing with somebody that's just so irate, a lot of times I'm actually looking at them trying to figure out what's really wrong. So I'm really low-key looking at you upside your head. You don't realize that I am.
No, they probably do. Because the faces you make.
I mean, I do that now, but you know, if I'm like in a professional setting, because like
I still make faces.
I probably have, because I'll be like,
are you?
Yes, that's how is everything okay at home? Probably not. But a lot of times I'm having again, I'm big on self-parenting. And self-parenting is like where you talk to yourself like you would talk to your child, or like you would talk to or like a therapist would talk to you, like talking you through or walking you through something. That's how I deal with situations. So I hope that helps a little bit, Miss Wendy. Also, another thing is if you have an environment that you create within yourself, your aura around you, and you have created it to the point where it is nothing but just peace, joy, happiness, and just a level of being okay. When you're dealing with all of that negativeness that tries to penetrate, as long as it's strong enough, a lot of times it won't affect you the same way. That's why it says hurt people hurt people. And so if you're hurt and you're trying to hurt me, it doesn't work the same with me because I'm not hurting. So I'm sitting up here trying to figure out, because a lot of times I can see through those things and I'm just like, you're really trying so hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have no idea. This does not hurt at all. Like one thing for me is like, I do not like the B word, the BITCH word. I do not like that word at all. I absolutely despise that word. And so I just don't like it because people use it in general and it's not a general word. You know what I'm saying? So like it used to be where if I had heard somebody call me one, I would be highly offended. Like I would be like that's like those are fighting words. That's how a lot of people say. But you could call me BITCH all day, and it don't even give me that twinge. It don't give me that little. It don't give me heat on my face. I don't have any response to it because at the end of the day, for you to stoop to that level and call me out of my name for what? Why? Why are you doing this? Like it's like I'm like at this point now I'm concerned. Like what's really going on? Why do you feel like you need to go to that extreme? Like let's talk about this. Let's see what we can come up with. You say what?
Go ahead.
Oh, but those are some examples of how to not allow somebody to and again ask God when you pray. When you pray and you seek God, ask God to begin to reveal these things to you because in some moments, God will reveal to you what the true
And we it was like every time we go off, the view go up, down,
Mhm.
down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I just wanted to read the scripture that Lady B had put in the chat. James 1:19-20. Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters. You must all be quick to listen and slow to speak and slow to get angry. 20 says, human anger does not produce the righteousness of God's desire.
That's it. So what you mad for?
Slow to speak and slow to get angry.
So what you mad for? Why you mad?
And quick to listen can also not only be the words that are coming out their mouth, but a lot of people have different body languages. And I think people that are spiritually connected with God and anointed already know that something is off with that person's energy. That's why a lot of times when I get into it with someone, I don't, or they're yelling or arguing with me or trying to argue with me, I don't let myself get too upset. Maybe when it comes to my kids, that's different. That's a whole other different ballgame. But anything outside of my children, I can't see myself getting upset. I'm listening and I'm looking at you, and I'm like you said, I'm observing your body language. Like, what is happening here? What are you upset for? That's why I was like so calm with that lady. Like, you've called. I already spoke to you on the phone. I already know you don't want to deal with me,
Mhm.
but now you don't have a choice because the only person here is the DM. And she's the
Mhm.
over the store manager. So you think this issue is that big to go over her head and talk to DM? Really? You're not gonna get far with that. So yeah,
And I think, but that also to me is like once you've been dealing with customer service for so long, one of the things is like you understand people try to push their boundaries, and they know when they want a certain response or they want
absolutely.
like they trying to get over on you, so they add that pressure, knowing
Yeah.
okay, well she ain't budging, so I just let it go.
Right. We're trying to get you on some. You want me to give you a discount? You want some free hair products? Want me to go in the back and give you some free hair samples? No, because I didn't do anything.
You know what? So this is the other thing. When you get mad, what really happens?
No, you're just mad. And you can be mad sometimes for a whole 24 hours.
Sometimes people are mad for years, and at the end of the day, no, for real.
No, I know.
The anger turns into bitterness and all these other different things. But the thing is, for real, if you're mad and you do all of this, you bust the wall out, you do this, you do that, what does it accomplish?
Absolutely.
That's my thing. And I think that's the other reason why I don't like really getting upset, because it's like at the end of me being upset, what really happens?
Yeah.
I'm mad. I have a headache. I can't sleep. I'm nauseous. I can't eat. I'm stressed out. My hair falls out. I got to use the facilities too much because my stomach is upset. Like, honestly, what am I gaining from being so upset?
So don't be provoked to pain. Be provoked to prayer. Pray.
Exactly.
Pray even when somebody is getting you upset. Pray when you feel like you're going left. Like, don't be provoked to let that simmer and boil and spill so much of your energy. Like, you need to use your energy for other things, not being upset. And like you said, people be upset for days, weeks, months, and years. What is it going to accomplish?
And then here's the other thing. Okay, let's just say you're mad and you try to make somebody else mad. So then what happens is, like you said, when you went up to the kids' school, you went off on them people. Okay. Right? No, here we go. So she acted out. But guess what a lot of times God does? What he's going to do is he's going to put her back in a situation where she's going to have to come back and apologize for how she acted. That is embarrassing. Or wait a minute, or after she did all that, then she came to her senses and was like, "Why did I do it? Like, did I really?" She said, "Did I really have to do all of that?" No, you didn't.
I didn't handle it that way. But
or if she did not, even if God doesn't bring her back to that, she's still going to have an internal moment within herself, and she's going to have to ask God to forgive her for acting like that. My thing is, I don't want to have to like go this way to turn around and go back this way just to go forward again. That's me. That's how my mind thinks.
Okay, but that's how the school did it.
Yes, they were completely, utterly out of order, but you don't have to act that way. I can raise my voice, do this, and do that, but certain things are just not going to come out of my mouth. I don't care how upset you get me in public. Because I know that they, which is also not just the people, but the spiritual realm, they're watching me. And if they know, that's her soft spot right there.
Yeah.
They gonna get you every single time. So every single time you're gonna be stressed out because it got something to do with your kids. Your kids is gonna be 40 and 50 years old and you're gonna be cussing everybody out. Girl, why? It's my kids. Girl, your kids is 40 years old. I don't care. It's my kids.
Don't mess with my kids.
That's the thing. You cannot allow the enemy, because again, think about it. If you at work, this is something else that I was thinking about. I said, you know what I think is so funny is we just be as people. I'm going to say we, because I think I'm guilty of this too. But we just be going off of the people that's closest to us. I mean, telling them straight off, just going straight off, going ham. But when we in public, we want to act like we're professional. We want to act like we're civilized. But those closest to us, we want to give them the most hell and the most heat. Why are we like that? I've always wondered that. I'm like, I know how to conduct myself in public. So why do I act up with my kids? What is that? What is that we can balance that? Because working in the car sales industry,
You're working in customer service, period.
working for Comcast, I was literally Satan's bride. Literally, I was Satan's bride, but I was able to maintain a certain level of couth. I was able to maintain a certain level of professionalism.
Absolutely.
So I thought that was really, really interesting. But Miss Wendy, that was an amazing question. And I enjoy questions like that because it makes me internalize within myself. What is that noise? Excuse me, y'all. Oh yeah, well they've been running that, so it's probably filling up with water. But yes, that is an amazing question. Like I said, I like to internalize and ask myself the questions. Why do I do what I do? Why do I like doing what I do? And how do I do? Like, what is that process? So I think that was an amazing question. They will think it's okay as well. Definitely maturity. Okay. Yeah. So you ladies have said some amazing things. And I really do like that scripture. Now, here's the other side. Now, we're human. We are to get upset. The Bible also speaks, if you do get angry and mad, sin not. So when Jesus went into one of the churches or temples or whatever it was, I'm sorry, y'all. When he went in and he saw that they were doing all these things in the house, in the supposed house of God, and he went there and he was flipping over tables and doing all this and doing that. He was mad. He was angry. He was upset. So he crashed out. Jesus crashed out. But he didn't sin. He didn't hurt nobody. He didn't disrespect nobody. He's just letting people know, hey, this cannot go on in my Father's house. This is not okay. So there are going to get moments. Here last week. When we was doing with the men, it wasn't the one time it was. So I don't know what's going on. Oh shoot. Let me not be playing with this. Okay. Okay, what was I saying? Hello, 40.
And we're back. And we're back. And we're back. And we're back.
But yeah, like, okay, so I'll say this. So like, I feel like my previous relationships that I was in, they were actually catalysts to push me into the woman that I am today. And I'm actually grateful. Like I'm at a place in my life where I'm like, man, you know what? You taught me how to be amazing, and I thank you for it.
Yeah, that would be my oldest two kids. My oldest two kids, private. That's how I feel about him. Like everything that he took me through in that moment, I feel like it was just so bad. It was just, why would he do this to me? Why is he doing this to me? Why is he doing that? Why is he doing this? And every day since then, since moving here, I have to just thank him, because I wouldn't be the woman that I am today had he not took me through all of that stuff he took me through. Like, man, like I wouldn't know half the stuff I know. I would probably still be out here being somebody else's dummy, crash dummy. But yeah, I think that's why we go through certain things. We go through certain trials because we have to go through it to know and to prepare ourselves to not let it happen again. So, like, man, whew, Jesus. But yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I thank you. I thank you for taking me through everything that you took me through, because it definitely made me stronger. Absolutely.
It provoked you to prayer.
And your girl provoked me to go to church, and then he had the nerve to follow me. Why are you following me and I'm trying to get away from you? I need this moment.
No, you come with me too. Come here. Come on.
Because I'm here praying like, get me away from him, please. But it worked. He answered prayers, and I mean, literally, and just like that, I saw him in a different light. But that's when I knew that when it's things that I can't control or things that I don't have the answers to, I pray about it. Absolutely. Because he's gonna always answer it and fix it every time. Never fails.
Jesus, he will fix it.
Is that a song?
Jesus, no, that's an old school song.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you on that. See, that's why I say we have things in common, but we're opposite.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so yeah, I mean, you know, the other scripture that talks about count it not strange when you fall into diverse temptations. Diverse, is that the word, temptations? Diverse scenarios. So basically what it's saying is like, don't count it strange when you find yourself going into temptation. Because God puts his chosen ones into certain situations to test us and to try us and to teach us lessons and things that we need to know and understand.
I just thought about something. Yeah.
Go.
That's true.
And so it's one of those things where it's like a lot of times we just feel like, oh, well, I did wrong, or I this, I that. No, like, you know, like, no, you're going through this for a reason, and it's okay. Like, don't crash out. Don't get upset. Don't panic. Like, it's okay. You need to go through these things. God is allowing it to happen. Oh, I didn't even see these comments on YouTube.
Oh, it's comments on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. You haven't suffered until you pick up the cross. And then somebody else has said the Bible is full of pain. And that's true. Because I remember last week we talked about, you was like, I need to study my Bible more. I'm like, yeah, you need to study the disciples, each and every, all 12 of them, and look at their life from beginning to end. And you see the ultimate level of devastation that they had to go through, all for the sake of carrying the cross, which is the word of God. But yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember Coco Beauty ever talking about our sponsorship.
Are we finished?
Oh,
I'm asking you. Are we finished?
it's almost 9:30. That's an hour. Look at her. She ready to go. Let's go for the hour.
I got a conversation that needs to be had.
About being provoked?
No. Outside of here. You said I want to go another hour. No, I really don't. But
okay.
if y'all want to chat, let's chat.
Okay, so she spoke about sponsorship, and we are still looking for those sponsorships. And I'm going to give you an example. This is free game right here. When we had our WOW conference, not this weekend, not last weekend, but the weekend before, we had a mother and daughter duo, and they brought us some amazing body creams. I believe they had candles, they had hand sanitizer. They were really sweet. The daughter got up there. She's like, I don't do this. I don't normally speak. I mean, we had such an amazing time that I just cannot wait for the next one. But I brought some of the products today so that Coco can test them out. So this is how the sponsorship works. We shout you out. The name of the company is Lala Creation for all occasions. This is a body butter. It melts on contact with your skin, making it easy to spread over dry areas like your elbows and hands, and extremely unique and natural products to add to your moisturizing regimen. And this is a hand sanitizer. Now, I've been carrying these two in my purse because these were gifts that were given to all the speakers, all the preachers, I'm sorry. And I've been carrying these in my purse since. So I'm going to hand them to her and let her say what's her opinion on the cream and the hand sanitizer right now. So this is Lala Creations. I'm pretty sure they are on Facebook and social media platforms. Okay, guys, how much think?
Why would you put me on spot like this? This just ain't right.
That's how you do sponsorship, right?
I mean, we could have talked about it off the camera. Because what if I don't like it? What if it's fake?
You don't like it.
I know, but I don't want to get nobody no bad review. But because I can't control my face.
Jeez,
I gotta practice.
If you was a food critic, are you not gonna be 100 with food? You have to say exactly.
I know, but I don't. But
I like it.
But I can't.
I like it doesn't mean
I know, but I know because we're like opposite. Just like you like something. What was it? We went out. It was something you didn't like.
I don't know.
It was something, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
I like soggy fries. I like my fries soggy. You said you don't like that. Why would I like my fries soggy? I like my fries soft. It wasn't that.
No, it was food. I think what it was. It the shrimp?
I don't know.
It was something, and you was like, "It's okay." I'm like, "Girl, no, this is fire." You were like, "It's all right."
It taste buds.
No, she's the one.
It's okay.
Don't let her play in your face like that.
The trip was they was
Don't let her play in your face. I don't know what's going on. Why Facebook is doing it? Because on here it's fine. It's just Facebook keep pausing. See?
What you looking at on? Same yard?
No, I'm looking at Facebook. And it shows you going like this.
Oh wow. Mine wasn't like that. That might just be okay.
Oh, it might be. You're right.
So that's the body cream that she's gonna try. You're gonna put a little speck on your hand. You don't need a whole lot.
Faith, just a little more faith. You don't need a whole lot. Just use what you got. Faith, just a little more faith. Yeah. Oh, and I'm ashy. Okay. I want to eat it.
Not you want to eat it.
No, for real, it does. It smells edible. Like, I gotta be careful what I say on this camera. It just smells edible.
Yeah. So you like it?
Oh yeah, and it took away my ashiness because I was ashy right here in the crevice. Because I wash my hands.
I would hope so.
Hey, some people don't wash their hands. I like it. I do like it because it's kind of weird. Like, it doesn't have like a residue, which I like. It almost feels like you didn't put anything on. So I like that. It does. It smells amazing. Good job, Lala. Y'all rock. Now let's try this hand sanny. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm a fan. Ooh, I like that. That smells edible too. You might have to be a little careful with these fragrances because I might be liable to drink the sandy. It smells so good. I wonder how long does it last, the smell? Do you remember? No.
No. I think a couple of hours maybe. I'm not really sure.
Oh, it smells so good.
So
And it smells very, very fresh. It's like a fresh fragrance. And I love those fragrances. It does have a slight fruitiness to it, but it's not too fruity, like where you smell like a kid running around. But it smells amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So there you have it. So that's how sponsorship works.
So hit up Lala Creations.
Yep.
And we will at the end of the live, we are going to tag her. Is she on Facebook?
I think so. I think they said they might not be on social media.
So then how are they supposed to get a hold of them?
Website, maybe. Is it on the package?
Well, whatever there is a way to get to Lala Creations, we're gonna get to Lala Creations.
Yeah, we're gonna find them.
She's gonna find them.
I'm gonna find them. I might have a card amongst my personal
belongings.
But this has been great.
What did you learn today?
I learned to keep calm. What Daviana say? Just chill. What she say? Just chill. Just be calm. But honestly, if you know me as a person, I don't really just be popping off or getting all crazy. You have to literally push me to that point. And I think they had pushed me to that point. And this is not even from this Decatur situation. This is from previous. My son graduated from Illinois, so this is from previous experiences. But I don't really just do that. But I do know that not only my kids are watching me, other people are watching me, and that's why I have been working so hard on myself on things that I say, do, certain stuff that I post on Facebook, etc. So I'm a process. I'm getting here.
That's good.
I did learn about the catalyst part and how I probably had a lot of those in my life. Probably even a recent one. So
yep, pushing you into prayer. Pray harder.
It's good. It's all good.
Pushing you closer to God. And so that's what I really want y'all to take from this is like just getting closer to God, and don't allow stuff to isolate you too much. If you isolate, but isolate with God. Don't isolate by yourself, all by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's not helping this.
Right. So isolate, but get closer to God.
Absolutely.
And the harder it gets and the more pressure you get closer to God. Push more into God, push more into him and stay in his presence as much as possible.
I got a question. And I got to ask this question because sometimes I don't know how to answer. People always say, I mean, I know God, but I'm not into church like that. So, and those people to me seem so distant in spirit. Like I can feel their distance. I can feel their heaviness. How do you tell someone who says that? And I just want to encourage people, even if you go to a Bible study once a month, even if you go to church on Sunday once a month, I feel like you need to have that moment. and not only because of the church, but the people that are in the church. I mean, some can be bad, don't get me wrong, but it's community. It's getting to know people outside of your household. I've met a lot of women that be like, oh, I just be so glad to come to work because it's just me and my kids. I need a space to get away from my kids. I need a time to be with other adults. I'm always with my kids. So how about you step out and go to church and be with positive people that can redirect your life and put you in a different perspective? But yeah, after do you know?
What's the question?
Like, how do you tell someone who says, I know God, but I don't go to church? You can
Tell them what?
don't tell them anything?
No, you said, what do you tell? Like, what do you tell
them about
when they say that? Like, what should be your response?
Yeah, because I feel like people be wanting to have a response.
Oh, honey, I understand. I was there. I was just there a few years ago. I had walked away from God. I didn't want nothing to do with him or none of his people, especially them church folk. But what I did was I tried God for who God is. And I said, God, I need you to reveal yourself to me. This is my personal testimony. This is this is what I would say. I would tell him that. And I would be like, and over time, God revealed to me who he really truly is. There is nothing any human being on this earth can tell me that would make me not believe that there is a God, because I know without a shadow of a doubt. So I would tell you to challenge God, because he loves a challenge. Absolutely loves it. He works best with the challenges. And so the other thing to also think about is sometimes just because it says it's a church, just because they say they're God's people, just because they say these things, sometimes you could tell by the fruit that they bear that they're not really who they say they are. And so you have to ask God to place you where you need to go.
Absolutely. Amen.
And that's the other caveat, is that a lot of people are just, oh, I'm going to the church because everybody's going here. Or I'm going over here to this Bible study because I was recommended. But if God is not telling you and he's not leading you and telling you to go there, then that's not really where you should be.
That's good.
And a lot of times we just do things and when bad things happen, we're just like, oh, well, God. Well, sometimes we just do things without asking God.
Yeah.
And asking him to confirm, hey, is this, and that was the thing. Like, for many years, I didn't go to a church, but it was because God himself was working on me. People invited me to church all the time. Why don't you come visit our church? Why don't you come do this? We want to see you. We love you. I know.
I know
But God was working on me. And so at the end of the day, nobody can get the credit for me believing in God, but God himself.
That's good.
So when it comes to time, you have to also, even in those moments, you also have to tread lightly, because most of the time, the reason why people don't go to church and they don't participate is because either one, they personally have had an experience, or two, they have had a close encounter through somebody else that they know, or three, they're scared.
Absolutely. Scared is, I think, the number one thing.
So it's just one of those things where you just have to, when you speak to somebody like that, you have to tread lightly, and you have to, number one, don't dismiss what they're saying, because what they're saying is absolutely very valid.
Yeah.
It's a very valid point. So you just have to really be like, I understand, because it was a long period of time in my life where I was spiritual and I love the Lord. I got a relationship with the Lord and I was good with God, but I was not going to step foot in no sanctuary. I wasn't going to go to no church because I don't want no BS, because I can see. And that's the thing. Sometimes gifted people go back out. Sometimes gifted people see, feel, hear. And that's something else that happens, is a lot of times gifted people are pushed away because they can see through the BS. Mm-hmm. And that's unfortunate. But again, that's why you need God and the Holy Ghost to help you navigate through those things. It is imperative. The Bible says that the Holy Ghost is the teacher of all things. And if you do not have the Holy Ghost, What are you doing? That's my question. If you do not have the Holy Ghost, what are you doing? You can't survive without the Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Like you just can't. You just can't. So that's what I would say.
Okay, that's all I had. That's really all I had. And like I said, I do appreciate. What was I gonna say? I do appreciate my first lady and Wendy. You guys for even engaging, being on, and we love to get those questions. We love people talking back to us. The engagement part is awesome.
I love that part. And that's honestly, that's the reason why we go live. Because we talked about doing our recordings and then and then posting them afterwards. But I don't like that. I like the engagement. I like the chat, as y'all can
I
tell.
don't like the recordings because there's days where whatever. How we always feel before we actually go live.
I know, because I was showing up feeling like that today.
Just send the video, play the video.
But you know what? I think it wouldn't. I think I. So most of the time, those that minister and go out minister, a lot of times what people say, and I know you're learning it more and more as you're going forth the ministry. A lot of times, these words actually strike home first.
Absolutely. They gave me chills. Absolutely it does. It did.
Yeah, a lot of times it strikes home first. So yeah. I gotta get my kids in bed for school in the morning.
Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in.
If you missed last week, go back and rewatch it. Keeping the faith while under attack. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
And if you miss any other episodes, go back and watch them because they all were good. I don't think we had a bad episode.
Not yet.
So
no.
If it's something you feel like you need to just go and skim through and find a topic or a title that you like, okay, let me watch this. It might be meant for you to watch that message or watch that episode. So we appreciate you so much. As always, we love you guys. Stay prayed up and stay blessed and enjoy the rest of your week. Peace.
Love you long time. Okay, you have to start doing this because I'm old and you're not.
My knees bad.